everyone. It's another episode of Moments with the Champions organized by Teacher X. We started this a few weeks back to celebrate outstanding teachers who have recorded phenomenal impact across different spheres. And we've been celebrating and also interviewing the teachers who were champions at the Maltina Teacher of the Year competition, which held earlier in the year. It's been a great experience interviewing them and learning from their experience. And today again, we have someone very phenomenal with us. In fact, we have the super champion of the 2021 Maltina Teacher of the Year awards, and is here with us today. He's going to be sharing so much with us. We're going to be learning from him. So stay tuned, fasten your seatbelts, because you're definitely going to have a fantastic session today. So please join me to welcome Mr. Abanika Taiye, the super champion, Maltina Teacher of the Year 2021 champion. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, Kemi. And the rest
Good morning. Good morning. It's once again, it's a huge privilege being here. Okay, so we're just going to jump into it straight away. We want to know who you are. So we all know you as the super champion. We all know you as the Maltina Teacher star. But beyond that, we'd just like you to just share a little bit more about you in some few minutes.
All right, thank you again. I am Abanika Taiye, and I'm a teacher of technical related subjects such as basic technology, design and technology, and technical drawing. I've been teaching for over 2 decades now.
Wow.
My teaching started right from 1997. Up until today, still active in the classroom, right? So, and that's that for my introduction.
All right, fantastic. You've been teaching for over 2 decades. That is just super awesome. I mean, that's a huge feat. So first of all, we want to know how you found out about the Maltina Teacher of the Year competition, and then what was your motivation for being a part of it? Was there someone that inspired you, or was there someone that was just working with you, pushing you to be a part of it, or was it just you that found it out and then you just put in for it? Yes.
Okay, thank you for that question. The first one, I've heard of Maltina Teacher of the Year for some years back now, but I never put in for it. But this year, just on one Friday, I came back from somewhere, and I got an alert in my phone to inform me that the Maltina Teacher of the Year application will be closing in a week's time. That is in what was in July. That was going to close in July 23rd, right? Just a week to the end of the application time, So I now got that alert, and I picked interest instantly. That this year, let me give it a try, and I went online, get the form, look through the content of the form, and see that it's good to go. And I started working on it. I was never mentored by anyone. I did it single-handedly based on my experience as a teacher. That's what basically happened,
All right, thank you very much. So did you have fears while you were putting in your application? Because there are so many teachers that find out about lots of opportunities, lots of things that they could apply for on different platforms. But sometimes some teachers are scared. They feel, oh, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I don't have all the qualifications that are required. So first of all, did you have fears about applying? And then for teachers that have, some fear about applying for opportunities, what do you think you can say to them?
Well, I didn't entertain any fear at the beginning, because I just looked through the content of the form, and when I looked through the questions there, I believe there are things that I could, discuss properly, and the criteria required for the entry. And I searched through my document, and I knew I had them, and therefore I could go for it, and I went for it. So it's not a thing to have fear for, because it's a competition trying to showcase teachers' experience, what you do in the classroom and how you do it, showing best practices as a teacher. So every teacher should be willing, 100% willing, to be part of the Maltina Teacher of the Year, to give it a try. There is nothing to fear about. It's just to share your experience, what you do and how you do it, and how it works with you with the contemporary, teaching methods and what have you. I think that is basically what it requires. So if you are a teacher and you've been doing your work very well, you shouldn't entertain any fear to apply for Maltina Teacher of the Year. And I'm encouraging everyone that it's a thing to go for, and we should all go en masse applying for it next season when it's time for it.
All right, thank you very much, sir. So for every teacher listening to us right now, do not entertain any fear when you have any opportunities, okay? Once you see any opportunity that you think you should apply for, please be very bold, be very confident about it. Just pushing your experience, and then be hopeful that you will get those opportunities. Thank you, Mr. Abanika, for emphasizing that to us. Okay, so the next question. In the last few months, since you won this very, huge award, what has changed for you, from who you were before and then who you are now? So, I mean, before now, you were Mr. Abanika Taiye, a great teacher, doing great things. But now you're suddenly, the 2021 Maltina Teacher of the Year. There's a lot of spotlight, there's a lot of attention on you. So what has changed? Is there much that has changed, between now and then?
Thank you, Kemi, for that beautiful question. A lot has changed on my side here. Yes, I've gained recognition nationwide, if not worldwide, with the Maltina Teacher of the Year award. It has also increased me in terms of financial capability, and it also gives me the opportunity of meeting people. And now this is also an avenue here with Teacher X, interacting with me here, which is another addition to what the Maltina Teacher of the Year has brought about, has put in place for me. I really, cherish the organization for what they have done, and a lot of things as people are calling me. I've got calls from people, I've got congratulatory message from many people, and people now get to know who Mr. Abanika is, and a lot of students I've taught were really happy for me and really associate with the award. Thank you.
I think I'm muted. Okay, so that sounds very exciting. It's good to know that many things have changed for you, and then, so it's really great to know that. So the next thing we want to know is the big question in quotes. So why did you decide to become a teacher? I mean, you've told us now that you've been teaching now for more than 2 decades. That's a very long time. When you started teaching, what was it like for you? Did you really want to be a teacher, or was it some circumstances that pushed you into teaching? So please let us know. Are you a teacher by accident or by choice? Yeah.
Well, at the beginning, it just came up suddenly for me to be a teacher. It was a sudden occurrence for me to get into classroom. But when that occasion came up, I took the bull by the horn, and I said, come on, this is an opportunity for me because I really have love for children and I love seeing people growing. Imagine a teacher with a 3-year-old child or 5-year-old child, 6-year-old child in his classroom today. And after some few years, the child has grown in knowledge, has developed in everything. It actually brings a happiness and joy to the teacher. So my love for children, my quest to improve people's knowledge and their life experience are some of those things that keep me in teaching line, are some of the motivating factor, because we are imparting knowledge and inspiring generation. Generation and generation is what we're inspiring for them to be a great leader tomorrow, to also being able to carry, move on with the knowledge seeking or knowledge impacting society, so that the act of learning, teaching and learning will keep its going consigned mandate. So those are the things that really made me into teaching. And also teaching is a career, it's a profession. So, and as a teacher, you are happy seeing people around you. We work with people, we work with children. And when we see the children progressing, it brings joy to us. We feel so happy to see children growing in our hands, leaving their parents and coming to us in school, and we take good care of them. Some of these children eventually become a very good friend of yours as a teacher. They carry your name home, they sing about you in their homes, and carry your names anywhere they go if you are very good to them, because you are actually nurturing their well-being and preparing them for future. So those are some of the things that keep me in teaching, and I so much love it, associate with children and promoting teaching and learning in our society. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. I mean, I can also testify to that. Working with children too. I mean, the children I teach are between maybe 7 to 10 years old, and it's just a very delightful experience. When people ask me, I say that teaching is an adventure for me. Every new day comes new experiences with the children. They just do things that make the classroom exciting. And then for me, teaching has come with a lot of fulfillment. So it's great to hear your own experience too. Now, moving on. Right now, so we want to know, coming from you, what do you think will be the top characteristics or the top features that a teacher must have? A teacher who is going to be effective, a teacher who is going to be excellent, a teacher who is going to stand out from the crowd. What do you think the characteristics, what do you think that kind of teacher should possess? Yes. What skills, what characteristics do you think will be necessary for such a teacher?
A super teacher, a teacher with X factor, should be calm, organized, diligent, smart, and being able to meet new challenges. The teacher must have a growth mindset in its daily activities, helping children and helping its organization to grow. It must be passionate about the job and making sure that there is teaching and learning taking place always, at all times, is engaged with the student. We must also have the love of the children at heart, and the progress of the student must also be a topmost priority for the teacher. He must be able to practice the teaching pedagogies as it will promote academics and the well-being of the students. He must be a person that also loves professional development. You engage in knowledge seeking at all times. You seek for knowledge because to be more is to know more. So it is what you know that you give out to the children. It's what you know that you use to prepare the student. So capacity building should be a priority to every teacher if you really want to succeed and want to do well in this 21st century teaching and learning engagement. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. That was a very great response. I mean, there was one statement you said right now that really stood out for me. To be more is to know more. So for every teacher listening to us, to be more is to know more. That is absolutely profound. You know, you want to be more as a teacher, you must be willing to give yourself to capacity development. There are many teachers that they feel that, oh, it's only the training platforms that my school offers me that I should attend. Some teachers don't believe in sponsoring themselves for some development opportunities, which should not be so. So right now, you've heard it from our super teacher. You've heard it from Mr. Abanika Taiye, our champion, our Maltina champion, who has just said right now that to be more is to know more. He also emphasized on having a growth mindset as a teacher and being passionate about the job. So I mean, those are very key facts for every teacher who is willing to grow and to succeed on this job. Moving on, in recent times, the education sector has been plagued with different kinds of news and different kinds of crises. We've heard about bullying, we've heard about different kinds of things, you know, children or students assaulting students, students assaulting teachers, and different kinds of situations, you know, so many challenges. In your own opinion, what do you think is the biggest challenge facing the education sector? What do you think is one challenge facing the education sector? And how do you think that this should be addressed?
Right. Education from our own side here in Nigeria is faced with a lot of challenges. Yeah, like you rightly mentioned, there's bullying situation in schools, and the recent occurrence in Nigeria has actually created a lot of, uprising amongst parents and in the society as one of those challenges faced with school these days. Now, the challenges with teaching or schooling in Nigeria stem from poor facilities and adequate implementation of child protection. There is what is called child protection, and it's the duty of all to take care of students under our care. As teacher, we are caregivers, and also we stand as in loco parentheses. We are the second parent of all these children. We must take good care of them like it would be when they are at home. We must show care. We must show concern for the well-being of the children. These are things that must be evidenced in our daily engagement with children in any school in Nigeria today. The poor facility presented by some schools has actually created room for what is happening now, or the lack of understanding of child protection rules and regulations is also affecting the educational system in Nigeria today. Everyone must be aware of it. It's a British thing, and as a Nigerian teachers, as a Nigerian educators, as a Nigerian proprietors, we must understand what is called child protection in all ramifications, in everything. It cut across everything that is relating to child. How to take care of children, why we are engaging with them in the classroom, outside the classroom, how you relate with them and their parents are some of those things that is preached under child protection. Now, educational system in Nigeria is also faced with poor remuneration of teachers. Teachers are not well remunerated. There are a lot of politics played with teaching, and teaching is a fundamental or foundation profession for all other careers. But there are a lot of politics being played with teaching profession, as far as Nigerian is concerned. It should not be diluted with politics. Teaching is teaching. It's supposed to be a separate entity, and everybody must, whoever has passed through the teacher, for whatever you become now in life, you must have been tutored. You must have been under the care of a teacher. Teacher guides, teacher directs, teacher made what people are in the society today. You cannot grow beyond the strength of a nation cannot grow beyond the strength of their teacher, because whatever skill acquisition, whatever things that you gained that made you what you are now doing now, was imparted on the person as an individual through teaching and learning. So politics should be taken away when it comes to the relationship with teachers in Nigeria, as far as we are concerned here. All schools facilities must be well developed. First class school facility as it obtains in some of these Western nations. You go to Dubai, go to Malaysia, all these Middle East, United States of America, you go to UK, you see what the emphasis they put on education. You see facility, you will say, can this be a secondary school? Can this be a primary school? With the kind of facility presented and the environment presented for teaching and learning, you will be marveled with those things there. So the same thing must be brought to Nigeria if we really want to, thrive well. If we really want to, get along with the current demands of education world all over. We must imbibe this, channel our resources twice, making sure that teachers are well taken care of, and adequate facilities and serene environment is provided for teaching, learning for students, and child protection is uppermost in whatever we do in our daily activities in schools. But there are a lot of issues confronting education in Nigeria, but these are some of the few ones that I feel is much dear to me to talk about. Again, emphasis on child protection. If you understand child protection and you put all the necessary things there into practice, bullying, cyberbullying, physical bullying will not be there, because at every point, there's always teacher to student ratio, the number of students that the teacher can take care of. If that is maintained, there is no way population of students will be more than the teacher, and leading to a situation where the teachers will not be able to handle or manage. Student-teacher ratio is very, very important in all schools. You find out that some of the public schools, you have many students to just one teacher. How would that teacher be effective in taking charge and control with the numerous things that the teacher have to do? There are a lot of things that is required of a teacher. You teach during the day, you still work extra hour, even at night, you are still doing research work, so as getting prepared for your next day job. You are really busy. Even schools are on holiday now. Teachers are never on holiday. You are still searching for knowledge, preparing ahead of next term, even though you've been doing it for long. There are some statutory record that you should keep, and you keep doing it over and over again as a teacher. So the government, the state proprietors should give adequate priority to teaching professions and making sure that everything is put in place for them to thrive well. And if the teachers are doing well, what would you expect of the school and the students or the people? They will definitely do well. The well-being of the teacher is the well-being of the children under his care. So you can't. There's no way you can separate that. It cannot be separated. So good facility, serene environment, adequate care for teacher, capacity building, child protection put in place will go a long way to solve some of the challenges that we are facing today in Nigeria education system. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. In the next 5 minutes, I'm sure we're going to be done. But you've given us a very broad view of challenges that are existing in the education sector. So I'm going to narrow it down now to you. So just in 1 minute, can you tell us about any peculiar challenge you faced as a teacher and how you've been able to tackle it in your classroom, out of your classroom, just any challenge that has to do with your profession? Just in 1 minute, please.
Well, being overlabored, a teacher is being overlabored. You have find out that a teacher taking care of a lot of things and being strict beyond is beyond reasonable level, and that's
so how do you deal
kind
with
of
that?
I face. That's one kind of thing I face as a teacher, having to take care of subjects and throughout the whole school you teach it. But then it's just the experience on the job that is really keeping me on and making me to do well in what I have to do.
Okay. All right. So thank you, sir. Moving on now to your final question for this session. We just want you to share with us any career goals you think you might be working on in the next 5 years, maybe. What else? So after Maltina Teacher of the Year now, what else? What next? What else should we still be expecting from Mr. Taiye Abanika?
There are a lot lying ahead of me. It said uneasy can lies the
crown.
Yeah, there's that adage, there's a lot of things on my head, as in giving back to the society, promoting education, teaching and learning and its pedagogies, encouraging youths and teachers to participate in Maltina Teachers of the Year Award, massively participating in it is some of those things I look forward, and also move on for more award from international or global award. Also, some of the things I'm working on and contributing my own quota to ensuring that education is held at its high, is a top priority in the country, are some of the things that is lying ahead of me to do. Right.
All right. So that's really, really awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. I want to believe that every teacher that has listened to this has learned so much from our super champion. You've shared so much with us, and even for me, I've been able to take down a whole lot of notes, very key points that you've made today. So thank you very much once again for joining us today, Mr. Abanika. We're really grateful. Thank you so much.